Hello students. In our earlier lecture, we have gone through the short story Everyday Youths by, by Alice Walker. In the next term that we need to study here is that of the Chinese diaspora. Chinese diaspora, as we have seen the Indian diaspora in this regard, the Chinese diaspora helps us to understand the things that are taking place in Chinese diaspora. As we have seen the the features that reflected in the Chinese diaspora, all that helps us in this regard. See, as we have seen, the Chinese are migrating to the US and to the other parts of the world. The, the immigration policies over the years have gone through drastic change. So far, United States of America has adopted some liberal policies, but there were certain strictures, limitations that they imparted on the particular, say, Chinese diaspora. The, the Chinese people are the most so-called victim of this US policy. In the current scenario that you will find that US is imparting restrictions on the Chinese movement due to international politics, due to pressure tactics, and all other relevant so-called animosity that we find in the two nations. सध्याच्या बदलत्या पॉलिटिकल कंडिशन्समध्ये आंतरराष्ट्रीय राजकारणामध्ये युनायटेड स्टेट्स ऑफ अमेरिका आणि चायनामधील जे वितुष्ट सध्या सुरू आहे त्यावरून आपल्याला चायनीज लोकांना ज्या ज्या समस्या अनेक दृष्टिकोनातून आलेल्या आहेत ह्या समस्या अमेरिकन सोसायटीमध्ये विशेषतः आपल्याला पाहायला मिळतात मग त्यामध्ये पॉलिसी असेल अदर नॅशनल पॉलिसीज असतील all these policies needs to be understood that we have to recall and remember as we have seen the areas that comes up in understanding the relevant features of the Chinese so-called diaspora features. These features that we see are reflecting in the literature. ज्या फीचर्स आपल्याला पाहायला मिळतात ज्या इंडियन डायस्पोराच्या संदर्भातल्या आहेत all these diaspora features are also reflected in other diaspora literature. As we have seen the Indian diaspora, the identities, the national identities, the nostalgia feature, the homesickness, the alienation and displacement, all these features that we find in the literature. In the same way, we have Chinese people, Chinese, who are one of the leading diaspora population in United States of America. So, if we had to go through these features, we need to know the socio-political dynamics and cultural dynamics of respective nations. These respective nations are typically and religiously different from each other. As we have seen the cultural background belongs to Christianity in America, where we have the Maoism in communism. At the same time, political system, US is democratic and China is communist. So these cultural background, political background creates hindrances to to the lives of the people. So respective so-called things that we need to understand. See, Amitan is one of such a author whose parents migrated. But what are the intentions behind the diaspora, behind the migration to America? So we need to go into that. Amy Tan is an American author who was born on 19th February 1952. He has written several other novels, including The Kitchen God's Wife, The 100 Secret Senses, The Bone Satyr's Daughter, Saving Fish from Drowning, The Valley of Amazement. These novels that we find in his name. Tan, whose latest memoir was entitled Where the Past Begins, a writer's memoir that comes up in 2017. In addition to this, Tan has written the children's books The Moon Lady, Sagwa, the Chinese Siamese cat, which appeared in 1994. It was also turned into an animated series that was aired on PBS TV channel. At the same time, Amy Tan is also famous for his movies and TV shows on American channels, electronic media, which includes the Joy Luck Club, Sagwa the Chinese Siamese cat, and Hollywood Chinese. So these movie and TV shows has reached to the peak and increased the popularity, fame for Amy Tan. So as an representative author of Chinese diaspora, Amy Tan needs to be studied in detail. So when we have to find out the things, we need to go through this author. So as a Chinese diaspora, the representative story that we are going to see is that of two kinds. What are the two types of identities that are generated out of Chinese diaspora? So we will study in the next lecture these things. Thank you.